Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, chicken, fish, donkeys. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to another flight time video with me, Andy, and let's get started. So in this video, as you can see by the title, this is a rainbow Duracell fly. It's basically just a normal Duracell jig fly, but we use, as you can see by the bead, it's a rainbow bead. Actually, I've done like a pink Duracell. I've never actually done the original Duracell, I don't believe, on my channel, so I thought I'd do, this is the one I mainly use for, if I'm going to use a Duracell, I use this one with a rainbow bead. I don't even know why, this is the one I use. But anyway, hook I'm using here, this is a size 12. This is the ST320 by Troutline, it's their Demon hooks. The thread I'm going to be using is a Techstream 8/0 in a red. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to start this thread behind the rainbow bead. By the way, the rainbow bead's a Troutline one, and it's a 3.5mm, and it's tungsten also. So just start that thread, just basically cinching in the bead, make sure the bead doesn't move. Come in, trim off the excess with a pair of scissors. And I'm just going to take the thread down pretty much all the way at the back. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab a tail. For the tail on these, I use Coq de Leon. I'm just going to grab just a few fibres. I don't need crazy amounts. That should do us there. Just a few. I don't know, it's maybe 5 or something. I don't really know. And then we're just going to tie these in. You want the tail. I don't actually use the bead as a guide. So from the bead to the base is the length I want. So I just pinch it where that is. I don't want a crazy long tail. Again, that's actually slightly too long. I must have messed that up. Must have messed my measurements up slightly. Then just place it on and roll it over the top, if I actually get this correct. I understand why that hook looks like it's kind of like pointing upwards on the camera, yet in front of me it's perfectly straight, but I'll try and move it down. There we go, it looks better on the camera, doesn't it? Still not cinched that in properly. So just come in, I want to roll it over the top so it sits on top. There we go. One strand fell out, what a shame, we'll leave that. And there is your tail. And what I do is I push it up, just put a thread wrap underneath just so it sticks the tail up very slightly. Now with my scissors I come in, what I do is I drop my scissors behind the bead and then I just cut the excess off, and then that'll give you the length of the body. Next step of this fly, you want some red wire. This is actually where's the wrong one? This is actually Troutline Perdigon wire in red. I'm now going to tie this in on the side. Now I'm just going to take some thread wraps and wind this all the way up. This will basically give you an even body, even playing field, easy for your thread to work. Hopefully nothing will slip off, and basically just makes it easier. You always want to try working on a relatively even body to make things as easy as humanly possible for yourself. Now for the body, we're going to be using the original. We're going to be using the ice stub in UV brown by Hairline. So what we're going to do, just take small amounts of this stuff, because otherwise it's not going to dub on properly. It's going to look crap. It's going to come off in clumps and stuff, and that's not what you want. It's just because it's quite a coarse material. It used to be a lot thinner than this. I don't understand why it changed all of a sudden. Because like the pink was really fine. It was lovely. So was the UV lavender as well. It was great. It was really fine and lovely. And then all of a sudden they seem to change it to this crappy coarse stuff, and I hate it. But no worries. It is what it is. It's probably cheaper. But anyway. So there's some dubbed on. I don't know if that's going to be enough, but we'll soon see. So I'm just going to try and slide that up. And now we'll wind this on. Try to create that like almost tapered effect with my dubbing. And that'll do us. Now grab your wire, just start at the back, just try and wind it through in equal turns. It doesn't matter if it's not absolutely perfect. And then just secure that off at the head. Give it a little helicopter. Perfecto. Now I'm going to need my clip for this one. This is a Marc Petitjean clip, and this is one of the this is one of the Troutline. This is like the Ultra Select natural CDC feathers. Really like these. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to place one side in the clip, go in with a pair of scissors, and just trim down. Make sure you leave like an edge on there. Because what we're going to do now is, actually what I need to do is quickly, what I find I've got like varnish and crap all over my dubbing needle, so I'm just going to use an old pair of scissors and just scrape off all the crap that's on there. It's just so I can split the thread perfectly with it, so that's a lot cleaner than it was. Now what I do is I run my fingers down the thread, and that'll flatten it, and then I use my nail, because again that'll create like a flat section. Here's where you need good eyes. My eyes are terrible, but I got lucky there, and I've then split the thread. You've got to be very careful now with the thread. You don't want to pull it too tight, otherwise you'll snap it. And then just put your clip in the hole, pull back very slightly, and then let go, and there's your CDC in the thread. All you've got to do is lift your finger up and just spin your bobbin. So as you can see, my bobbin is spinning. Leave that for 4, 5, 10 seconds, whatever. And then once it's spun, take your fingers from the bottom, run them all up the top. If your CDC doesn't spin very much, then spin your bobbin again. So that basically means you've flattened it out a lot, so it's not going to turn. So spin your bobbin again, take your fingers, run them all up. As you can see, that's spinning like crazy now. Shorten the length of your bobbin, so your thread's quite high up, and then every turn pull back, just keep pulling back after every turn, and that just gets all the CDC back where you want it. And just do a few thread wraps. There's a lovely cloak on your on your nymph. I don't know why I said grub. It's not a grub, it's far from a grub, it's just a nymph. Now we grab a little bit more of our UV, our brown UV eye stub. Not too much, just a little bit. Oh, I didn't do that very well, I have to do it again. Don't need very much of this at all. As I said, it's quite a clumpy material. That should be enough on there. Just pull that up. There we go. Now on this I actually do want the red collar to show through, so I'm just going to put a few thread wraps just to make sure that red collar does come through. I don't know why, I just like the red collar on them. Now what I'm going to grab, I'm actually going to grab the Gulf Thinman with the brush applicator. Just going to brush the Thinman onto my thread. Grab my whip finish tool. So there's 5-turn whip finish. Grab your scissors. And then last but not least, grab a UV torch and just set the resin that you've put on your thread. Boom, and there you have it. There is your rainbow bead Duracell fly. So thank you so much for watching the video, hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next one.